Hi, how are you, sweetheart?
Good, you?
Doing good. What are we doing today?
We are on episode 14 of Grim Geography.
Okay. And are we going to do the update first?
No, so our last episode was Stephen Corey Bryant. He is set to be executed the day we're filming, which is today, November 14th. He is set to be executed at 6 p.m. Eastern. It's currently 1 p.m. our time.
Yeah, and he chose firing squad.
Yes, he chose the firing squad. He has no pending appeals, but the governor could still grant clemency, but
He hasn't done that in how many years?
South Carolina hasn't granted clemency since 1976.
Wow.
So it's probably going to happen.
Yes,
so
it is.
Definitely an update even more
Okay.
next time.
Okay. So what's going on today?
So I have a very different case for us.
Okay. Is it a disappearance,
Nope.
a murder?
You'll see.
Okay.
It is, and it's the longest span for crimes that we've ever talked about.
Oh, God. It's going to be 1910
No,
to 2025.
No, we're looking at 1966 to 2007.
Okay.
So we're not going to start in 1966. We're going to start in 1979.
Okay.
So this person was suspected of a crime in 1966, but they were never charged for it.
Okay.
So that's why we're not going to start with it.
Okay.
So essentially, all these crimes committed, so essentially all the crimes this person committed called into question this incident in 1966.
Okay.
And you want to take a guess why this is a different and unique?
It's a female.
Uh-huh. We were talking about a female murderer, arsonist, and suspected serial killer.
Wow. And it's not what's her name in Florida? Because
Nope.
that was in the 80s and 90s.
Nope. Let me introduce everyone to Shirley Winters.
Okay.
We are going to upstate New York and it's called Onondaga County.
Okay.
So, like I said, we're starting in 1979.
Okay.
So, Ron Ryan, he is a fire investigator with the Onondaga County Department of Emergency Management. So, this is more recent. I put this together from like news reports, everything.
Okay.
So, he spent nearly 40 years looking into Shirley Winters' history.
Okay.
He says her crimes appear to have started in September 1979 when Winters... So they appear to have started in September 1979 when Winters was linked to two fatal fires.
Okay.
The first one was started at her friend's house in Hermit, New York, while her friend's 3 children were still inside.
Okay.
It resulted in their deaths, and charges were filed at that time.
Against her.
Mm-hmm. He said that the next fire was the following day, 50 miles away.
Okay.
In Jefferson County. Her first 2 children, 3-year-old Colleen and 20-month-old John, died in that fire at the family's Hyde Lake cabin in Teresa, New York.
Okay, that's Shirley's children.
Yes.
Okay.
Investigators blamed an electrical defect.
Oh. So they didn't know she killed them. Okay.
So then Winters moved to Syracuse, where more tragedy followed.
Okay.
In November 1980, so we're now in Onondaga County.
Okay.
In November 1980, Winters killed her 5-month-old son, Ronald Winters, by smothering him in their home. His death was initially ruled as sudden infant death syndrome.
Wow. So she killed 3 of her friend's children, and now she's killed 3 of hers.
Mm-hmm. And you have to realize, so... Actually, wait. Yeah, so Something to know, a lot of these were not called into question until like an incident at the very end.
Okay.
So her daughter Joy Winters, who is now 39,
Okay.
remembers a fire in the family's Willis Avenue home in 1989 when she was 4. And she had to pull herself out of the fire. She was left there to die. She fully believes her mother left her there to die.
Wow.
Saying, I was left in the burning building in our home that she set on fire, and she took my younger brother and sister out of the fire and left me there to fend for myself. I was left there to die, and I could have easily died at that point, and just, I think, a week later, we were in another fire that she had set before the state could finally take us away.
And what year was this?
That was in 1989.
So she had more children.
Yeah.
So she's killed 3 of her friends, 3 of hers, and now she has more children. Another 3?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So, and Joy was correct. However, the fire was actually, was 2 months later in their new home. So...
Now, where was her husband or the father of her kids during all this?
I think it was a total, I don't think they were a part of the picture.
Okay.
At that point in time.
Okay.
So, 2 months later, another arson fire inside the Winters Split Rock Road home occurred.
Okay.
So, Joy and her 2 siblings were placed in the back of a police car following the fire, and they were removed from their mother's care. They were put into the foster care system before a family court judge later granted their father custody.
Okay.
Joy will always believe her mother killed her older siblings.
Okay.
So, she lost custody of her children, and you think that would finally stop her.
You're going to tell me it didn't.
You would be very sadly wrong. She has been connected to at least 17 fires.
17?
17.
And how many more people died?
I will tell you all about that.
Oh my God.
So, we are now in 1997.
Okay.
So, mind you, they never went anywhere with her friends' kids' deaths.
Okay.
She never went to court. She never went anything. She was never arrested. She was never.
Okay.
So, she set fire to her mother's home.
She's just a pyromaniac.
So she set fire to her mother's home, and she was caught for this one. She pleaded guilty and admitted to knowing her cousin was in the building at the time. She was sent to prison for 8 years.
Did she kill her cousin?
No.
Okay.
So, when she was released from prison and parole in 2004, Winters violated the terms of her release by having a lighter.
Okay.
She went back to prison and was released a year later in 2005. Any comments yet?
Wow. Is all I've got to say, that it took this long, and, I mean, she was suspicious and, everything. I don't understand.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. It was meant to say charges were never filed in the case of her friends.
Okay.
I think they also blamed an electrical defect on that one too. Sorry,
Okay.
I misread my thing.
Okay.
So, records obtained by Syracuse.com also showed Winters had a list of psychological issues.
Okay. She would have to be killing all these people. At least I think she would.
Among them, you have dissociative disorder, bipolar, borderline personality, schizophrenia, psychogenetic amnesia, and pyromania.
Well, the pyromania and yeah, I totally get.
We're going to have a fight behind us because they're digging in the corner.
Okay.
And it's our two girls. So Winters claimed, while she was in prison, claimed in 1999 to have 9 alternative personalities.
Okay.
But later admitted she was just saying that to appease a psychotherapist in prison.
Okay.
So in 2006, Winters also said that she was hearing quote-unquote babies' voices. And when she turned around, there was no one there. That's probably part of the schizophrenia.
Yeah.
That same year, her therapist noted that Winters felt compelled to bang her head against the wall and stab sharp objects into her legs at Strong Mountain Hospital in Rochester.
Okay.
So it's important to note that these records are built mainly around Winters' own recollections and claims.
Okay.
There's no way to know whether she was telling the truth.
Okay.
And you would think she would learn her lesson after prison.
You would think.
Right?
Yeah, you would think. But if she's a pyromania and she really does have these mental issues, nothing's going to stop her. Mm-hmm.
You would be incorrect. Want to hear what finally did her in?
What?
So on November 28th, 2006, 2-year-old Ryan Rivers was found to be drowned at his grandparents' Pierpont home while Winters was visiting. She was indicted by a St. Lawrence County grand jury in August 2007 of second-degree murder, first-degree assault, and endangering the welfare of a child. So that caused the police to pause and wonder if she had done this before. The police exhumed Winters' son, Ronald Winters III, who died on November 21st, 1980, in Otisco, New York, of sudden death infant syndrome.
Okay, so that's the kid she smothered.
Based on their findings, police charged her with second-degree murder on March 28th, 2007.
Okay.
So on April 21st, 2008, Winters pleaded guilty to manslaughter for drowning Rivers. Under the terms of the plea agreement, she also agreed to plead guilty in Onondaga County Court to first-degree manslaughter for smothering her son.
Okay. She only got manslaughter?
Well, that's part of her plea agreement.
Okay.
But she got first-degree manslaughter.
Okay.
She was sentenced to 20 years for Rivers and 8 to 25 years for her son, to be served concurrently.
Okay.
With parole eligibility after 17 years. She was imprisoned at Bedford Hills Correctional Facility, so by pleading guilty, she avoided possible second-degree murder convictions and multiple life sentences, as well as prosecution for the 1979 murders of Colleen and John Winters. This isn't confirmed, but it's a highly probability considering she has murdered 7 children.
Yeah.
In 1966, Winters' 10-year-old brother and 4 and 11-year-old sisters died from an apparent carbon monoxide leak in the family home.
Wow.
So that's why I said we weren't going to start with that one, because
they don't know for sure or
it's
not.
It's not confirmed.
How old was she?
She was born, so that's 1966. She was born 1958.
So she'd only be 8.
Mm-hmm. And that's about the age where kids do start showing characteristics of serial killer.
Wow. So she is a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is she still in prison?
We're getting to that.
Oh, God.
So May 2024 marked 17 years. Winters, who was 66, served more than 17 years in prison for the death of a toddler and an infant. She was released from
Albany?
Albany, thank you. Albany Correctional Facility 2 days before Mother's Day and went to a psychiatric facility. And that was confirmed by the Onondaga District Attorney William Fitzpatrick. Winters is suspected of setting 18 fires on over several decades. That's the reason her daughter, Joy, had warned a parole board that her mother, if released, would commit a crime again.
Okay.
So Fitzpatrick has said Shirley Winters served her maximum sentence. She was sentenced to 8 3/4 to 25 years for her son's death alongside 20 years in prison for the St. Lawrence County homicide.
Okay.
It isn't known how long she'll stay in the facility. The state did deny her parole back in January 2024.
Okay, so this is kind of like McNeil.
Yes.
But for psychiatric. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we talked about McNeil in our other podcasts.
So, but a state law allows incarcerated individuals to earn good time credit, so Winters will be released.
And how old is she? 60-something?
She is 66 as of last year, so 69 now.
Wow, she still could burn the house down.
Fitzpatrick explained that the law allowed Winters to get a third of her top sentence reduced if she behaved while incarcerated. Fitzpatrick believes Winters will murder again, despite completing a treatment program while in prison. Shirley Winters' mental health providers told Fitzpatrick she was not deemed a danger to herself or others. The DA did not agree with that, saying it's not a concern, but an absolute certainty that if given the opportunity, she would kill someone again.
Oh, yeah. So, how many people did she kill?
She killed 7 children and suspected of 3, sorry. So yeah, so we got the 3 friends children. Got two of hers. Got her son that she smothered.
So that's 6.
6, and then you got the boy that she was convicted of. That was at her grandparents.
Plus, they're thinking she may have killed her siblings back in the 60s.
So that's another 3. So 10.
Okay, so the bottom line is she really is a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I just, how come she wasn't sentenced to life?
I think it was a plea agreement, and you can only charge so much for manslaughter.
Wow. I don't know. I mean, they had proof. Maybe they didn't have enough proof. Wow, maybe they didn't have enough proof. I don't know. Sometimes these plea agreements are crazy. It sounds like these were crazy. Mm-hmm. And I bet back then they didn't have the proof to prove that she actually started the fires and she's just suspected of it. And it sounds like this fire inspector has done everything he possibly can for the last 40 years to get her nailed.
Mm-hmm. Along with the current DA.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
Everyone, her own child, fully believes that she will kill somebody again. That's
crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
And as far as I'm aware, she is still in a psychiatric facility.
Yes, I bet she is. I bet you she'll serve the full 20, and then they'll have to release her.
No, they have to release her now. But if she needs mental health help, then it's possible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's all I can say. So I definitely want to hear what you guys think about this lady. Mm-hmm. Actually, this criminal. Mm-hmm. This person.
But I thought I would bring you something different.
It is different.
Well, you needed shorter. I didn't want to do shorter because I have one I want to do.
Okay, we'll do that next week. We can do it next week. I don't have a problem with that. So we'll just work it out. So anybody who has any questions or know more about her or live in that area and remember all this, get in touch with us because we would love to hear more. Mm-hmm. So, okay, sweetheart. Thank you for this case. It was very good.
I thought you would be interested.
It is. It's very interesting.
I'm looking at more arson cases.
Okay. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, babe. I'll see you next
Oh,
week.
actually, I have a question, though.
Okay.
What's crazier? Not that. What's crazier? Shirley Winters or the Chuck E. Cheese massacre?
I don't know. Probably Shirley Williams.
Winters?
Winters.
Ruby.
Ribby!
It's fine. We'll wrap up.
Okay.
But let us know.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.